What is up, everyone? Today we are looking at the brand new 9206 from DRC. So this is the quote-unquote new car from DRC. This is supposed to be a 1/10 scale truck, I guess you could call it, but it's more on the 1/12 scale side. This is it next to my 1/10 scale ARRMA Big Rock. And here it is next to the 1/12 scale WL Toys 124018. So as you can see, the wheelbase is about the same, but this one obviously is a little bit wider. So as I said before, this isn't really a new truck per se because it looks very similar to the PX Toys Piranha, if you remember that from Amazon. I'll try and link it down below, but it seems to come and go, and this might be its predecessor. This thing has a really cool paint job on it, and unfortunately it looks like they ruined it again with some cheesy name. They call this one the Speed Pioneer. It's alright, I guess. It makes sense, but maybe they could work on their translations a little bit with these cars. So this is the painted body that it comes with, and it also comes with something that I haven't seen before with any RC car. Even most hobby-grade cars don't come with this. But it does come with a unpainted body. So this is the same exact body. You can swap off the fin there on the back and put this right on and paint it yourself. If you're going to pick this up and you want to paint your own body, be sure that you don't go out and buy just your regular old spray paint. It will end up flaking off. What you're going to want to do is watch a couple videos on how to spray paint a body for RC cars. You're going to paint the inside of the body, and then when you peel off this protective layer, your car will be nice and clear. And you're going to want to use some paint sort of like this. This is Horizon Hobby Duratrax paint. This is red, and Tamiya also makes a wide variety of colored spray paints. They come in these little cans like this, and they do about 1 to 2 bodies depending on how many layers that you put on. Getting back to the car, DRC did a really good job putting a little kit together here with a lot of great goodies. It comes with 2 Lipo batteries with Dean's connectors. These are 1800 milliamp hour batteries, so you get 2 of them. You get your typical USB charger for balance charging this. Again, I would recommend going with a hobby grade charger if you get a car with some Dean's connectors on it. They'll charge a lot faster and a lot more accurately. You also get a little screwdriver to take off some of the parts, such as the shocks and maybe some parts inside to get into the differentials. You also get a hex tool for the tires and an assortment of little goodies that you seem to always lose when using an RC car. So you have the hexes in there for the wheels, even a couple extra pins in case you lose the pins that hold the hexes on, a couple nuts for the tires and wheels, some extra screws for the shocks, and of course a few extra body clips. Moving on to the remote, this is just your average remote that you see with most budget RC cars. You will need to provide your own 3 AA batteries. It is your typical pistol style grip with a nice foam steering wheel on top. You have your steering rate, your throttle trim, and your steering trim. You can also reverse your steering and throttle if you need to in case the wires are backwards on there, and just your on-off switch on the bottom. Taking off the body, we'll take a look at the inside. And again, this is very similar to the PX Toys Piranha. I have my 3S battery in here. I don't think we're going to do any speed runs today just because we just got about a foot of snow, but this 3S battery will fit directly into the power tray. And I'm not sure if it can hold up to this. It's not recommended for 3S, but you know, we always give it a try. Looking at some of the components in here, it looks like we have a big 540 sized brushed motor with a nice little heat sink on here. You could attach a fan if you wanted to. Going over here, we have our ESC and receiver combo. This is a 45 amp ESC, and it does say 7.4 volts right on it. And unfortunately, what's really holding this thing back is a hobby grade servo. So this, once again, comes with a 5-wire servo. If you're going to want to upgrade your servo, you're going to need to find a 5-wire servo, or you can go ahead and get a new ESC, a new receiver with a 3-wire adapter on here, and then you can run a new servo in there. So this car is plastic, as you can see, but you do get front and rear metal CVDs. This is a great touch because a lot of the cheaper RCs, the little drive cups up here seem to break with heavy bashing, so that's a good little added touch. I will say that the differentials seem like they are completely empty. So one thing that you could do is take out the front and rear differentials and put some thicker grease in there just to stiffen that up. This car will handle a lot better. Moving on to the shocks, these are oil-filled shocks, but be warned, mine came completely dry. There was no oil in any of them, so I went ahead and put some of this 50 weight oil, and oddly enough, they still don't feel very, I guess, oil-filled. They're very bouncy. I might go ahead and try and put some thicker oil in there, but not really sure what's up with that. They are able to hold oil. There isn't anything leaking out with the oil that I put in there, but I guess we'll see with time. You have 3 holes up top and I believe 5 holes on the bottom, so you can raise and lower the suspension of this car as you want. You could really lower this thing down and get it kind of more like a speed car, or you could raise it all the way up and it'll handle off-road a little bit better. Same with the front, 5 holes on the bottom and 3 holes up top for adjustability. You can also adjust the height of the body in case you want to slam the body or raise it up for more of a monster truck look, but these are all interchangeable, and you can take all of these off and move them up and down. Flipping the car over, you will see that, again, the chassis is all plastic, front and rear arms are plastic. There is no adjustability in the toe or camber of the wheels, front or rear. These are just solid points here. You probably could change those out in case you wanted to tow these in or camber them or whatever you wanted to do. But they do add this little aluminum chassis brace on the front, kind of like a skid plate here, which will help with durability. So it looks like we have a nice little metal pinion in here, but the spur gear is plastic. It is a wider toothed spur gear there, which is great because it'll have a lot more contact when spinning, and hopefully it'll prevent it from stripping. And I'm guessing the differentials are metal geared just by the look at these drive cups. Alright, so now that we have this all back together, let's slap the provided 2S battery in it and take it out for a bash.
So unfortunately all of the GoPro footage was way overexposed, so I couldn't really show it. But just jumping in here, that was the 2S battery. This is now on 3S. I was pretty underwhelmed with the car. I think on the 2S provided 2S battery, I would say it doesn't even hit 20 miles an hour, let alone the advertised 30. So go ahead and watch this 3S footage now, I think it definitely peps the car up a little bit. And we're going to take this out when the roads are a little bit more clear, and we'll do some speed drives on it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.